A Discernment Field 2025, Arcturian Channeling for Media Hygiene, Misinformation Detox, and Courageous Clarity. Transmission from the Arcturian Council of Sapphire Sentinels to the human family. Beloved Starkin, the world hums with headlines, scrolls and signals that move faster than human breath. Feeds overflow. Notifications strike like tiny thunder. Opinions stack like waves in a storm. The nervous system learns new tempos and ancient reflexes awaken. The task is noble and clear. Build a field of discernment that protects tenderness, upholds truth, honors consent, and delivers useful action. The field becomes a lantern that outshines noise. This channeling braids Arcturian geometry, Buddhist lucidity, Christic compassion, PNL precision, biodecoding insight, and numerology codes. The aim is simple. Detox misinformation without hardening the heart. Practice media hygiene without abandoning community. Create courageous clarity without performing cruelty. Prosper through integrity without selling fear. 1. The mirror of signals and the sovereign receiver. News, memes, and messages behave like mirrors. They amplify the tone already present in the body. The mirror does not judge. The mirror reflects. Coherence precedes clarity. Clarity precedes contribution. Contribution precedes prosperity. Prosperity sustains coherence. The loop stabilizes the receiver. Daily anchor. Right hand over heart, left over navel. Inhale 4 counts. Exhale 8 counts. Whisper 3 times. I receive with calm. I verify with love. I share with usefulness. La. 2. PNL Protocol, CLEAR, for media moments. Use CLEAR at the threshold of consumption or sharing. Short, repeatable, effective. C. Center. Stack calm submodalities. Warmer inner light, rounder inner voice, wider chest. Anchor with a gentle press on the ring finger. L. Label. Name the content class. News, opinion, ad, satire, rumor, art. Naming reduces trance. E. Examine. Identify the first source, date, and evidence. Note sensory facts rather than emotional edits. A. Align. Pass through the 4 gates. True, kind, useful, timely, align with vocation and nervous system capacity. R. Root. Choose the next action. Save, verify, discuss in a safe circle, share with context, or release with gratitude. CLEAR takes minutes and prevents hours of reactivity. 3. Biodecoding. Outrage and fear loops. The body stores ancestral contracts about safety and belonging. Outrage loops can mask grief. Fear loops can mask power. Jaw armor holds unsaid arguments that protected the clan. Diaphragm tightness holds breath during danger drills. Gut flutter holds scarcity alarms from famine or exile. Shoulders carry invisible villages through history. Honor these loyalties and update them with ceremony. Ritual of reassignment for outrage. 1. Name the duty the jaw protects by clenching against the world. 2. Warm cloth on the jaw. Hum a low note for 60 seconds. 3. Speak. I thank the sentry. I assign the sentry to truth tone and breath pacing. 4. Sip warm water with a pinch of salt or rose. 5. Walk slowly for 3 minutes and view the horizon. The nervous system records a new map. Ritual of safety for fear floods. 1. Place a hand on the diaphragm and another on the low belly. 2. Breathe 4 in and 8 out. 3. Trace an infinity 8 over the solar plexus. 4. Whisper 3 lines. I feel, I choose, I act in rhythm. 5. Place feet on ground and look for 3 stable objects. Safety returns. Dhamma. 4. Numerology codes for discernment in 2025. The collective tone of bias, 9s, favors compassionate closure and service. Pair it with numbers that structure verification and speech. As steady practice, use for daily hygiene blocks. As adaptive strategy, use for pivots when facts update. Ito, as balanced flow, use for giving and receiving information. Bevan, as attuned intuition for titles and tone. 22, as builder energy for archives and workflows. 33. As compassionate teaching for community guidance. Code practice. Trace 999 behind the heart to close rumor loops. Draw 444 die over the chest to anchor steady method. Tap 111 before the sternum to open aligned beginnings. Tap 33 at the throat to bless expression. Finish with 8 die sideways over the solar plexus to invite balanced circulation. 5. Right view and the Christic word. Buddhist right view remembers causes and conditions. Right speech holds content that is true, kind, useful, and timely. Christic consciousness adds mercy and covenant. Combine both currents. Speak only what your body can deliver with dignity. Share content that blesses the receiver and honors consent. The word becomes a bridge rather than a blade. 4 gates for sharing. True in source, kind in tone, useful in application, timely for the moment. Lines that pass these gates travel far without wounding. 6. Covenant. For forwarding and posting. Pin this 5C covenant above screens. Consent, credit, compensation, containment, compassion. Consent for names, images, voices, and private stories. Credit to original reporters, researchers, creators, and assisting tools. Compensation when sharing paid work or when gratitude asks for concrete form. Containment through context, links, dates, and archive lines. Compassion as the stable tone even when firm. Read the covenant aloud weekly. Integrity becomes policy inside the nervous system. Detox. 7. The sapphire desk grid for verification. Visualize a 9-point sapphire grid around your desk or device. Move clockwise with each item. 1. Source. 2. Date. 3. Evidence. 4. Counterpoints. 5. Consent. 6. Context. 7. Impact. 8. Action. 9. Archive. Touch point 1 by locating origin. Touch 2 by noting time. Touch 3 by listing sensory facts. Touch 4 by seeking a credible countervoice. Touch 5 by checking permissions. Touch 6 by adding short framing. Touch 7 by assessing body impact and community relevance. Touch 8 by choosing a useful verb. Touch 9 by filing with clean names. Verification becomes ritual. Deriva. 8. 7-minute ritual before sharing content. Minute. Posture. Tall, jaw soft, gaze gentle. Minute. 2. Breath. 4 in and 8 out. Minute. 3. Numerology seals of 999 and 444, then 111 at the chest. Minute. 4. PNL CLEAR. Minute. 5B. 4 gates for sharing and 5C covenant. Minute. 6. Bless named receivers and contributors. Minute. 7. Choose the action and execute. The field holds the tone. The post travels with clean energy. W. 9. Everyday stories of courageous clarity. Mara, the community lead. Mara received a viral clip. She centered, labeled it as opinion, examined the origin, aligned with the 4 gates, and routed it to a safe circle for context. She shared a short summary with links and a kind boundary for comments. The group learned calm discourse. Trust rose. Ezra, the musician. Ezra faced a rumor about his tools. He posted a consent and credit page, listed collaborators, and linked dates and drafts. He traced 9 to 99 behind the heart and 444 over the chest before writing. The audience relaxed. Streams grew. The studio felt clean again. Rena, the teacher. Rena introduced CLEAR to students and practiced the sapphire desk grid on a story of local interest. The class moved from noise to nuance. Parents noticed calmer conversations at home. The principal invited Rena to mentor peers. Mateo, the healer. Clients arrived agitated from headlines. Mateo opened sessions with breath and the 5C covenant visible. He shared right view lines and gently closed rumor loops with 9 to 9 to 9. Sleep improved across his circle. Appointments stabilized. Each story displays one pattern. Coherence births clarity. Clarity births contribution. Contribution births prosperity. Prosperity sustains coherence. Dasar 10. Prosperity for truth. Tending creators. Clean commerce supports clean speech. Build a sapphire ladder. Free. One guide on media hygiene or a ritual recording that blesses without depletion. Entry. A focused mini-course or template pack for verification and consent. Core. A signature journey weaving attention training, research basics, and compassionate communication. Premium. Bespoke counsel for teams or communities that need stable clarity. Policies remain kind and firm, hours defined, channels unified, refunds written, credits explicit for humans and tools, archives stored with file names and dates. The field of integrity becomes your brand. Thumbed. 11. Attention architecture and news, Windows design rooms and rhythms that train calm focus. Warm indirect light, plans for humidity and eye rest. Timers for 90-minute waves with white space after. 2 daily news windows instead of constant drip. Shared documents for decisions and changes. A small altar with stone, candle, and icon of service. Calm outperforms speed when truth matters. 12. Sleep, dreams, and night repair from info overload. Protect the first and last 30 minutes of the day. Candle replaces urgent screens. Notebook opens for 3 lines of gratitude and 1 line of repair. Breath moves 4 in and 8 out. Dream titles carry dates and verbs. The night teaches the body to close loops. Morning begins with steadier hands. Dream bridge. Title with date and a single verb. Log color, sound, symbol, feeling. Mark 1 application line. Today I choose the small useful share. Index monthly for patterns. The psyche collaborates with clarity. Dasar 13. Community codes that multiply trust. Assume good intent while verifying claims. Repair quickly when wrong. Credit generously. Protect focus by closing loops. Guard consent with warmth. Celebrate small completions and published corrections. Trust compounds like breath. Community becomes a clear river. 14. Toolkit for discernment dojos. Link shortener with transparent previews. Date and source stamps on screenshots. Archive folders with clear names and versions. Calm fonts and warm lamps. Bells or chimes for ritual openings and closings. A visible 5C covenant near the screen. Small tools teach the nervous system that clarity is possible. D-Dew. 15. Detox from doom loops and hype loops. Doom freezes bodies. Hype fries bodies. Replace both with steadiness loops. Input with windows. Process with breath and journaling. Output with right speech and kind pace. Rest with dignity. Repeat. Steadiness checklist. 12 minutes of breath or walk before headlines. 30 minutes of creation before messages. 2 connection blocks daily. 1 reflective page at day end. 1 weekly nature visit. 1 monthly archive and correction ritual. 16. 30 days to a discernment field. Days 1-5 ground. Breath. 4-8 covenant pinned. News windows defined. Days 6-10 clarify. CLEAR before consumption and share. Sapphire desk grid for 1 item daily. Days 11-15 consent. Build credit templates, permission forms, and archive names. Days 16-20 craft. Learn 1 verification or attention skill each day. Headlines parsing, lateral reading, calm note-taking, timeline mapping, bias labeling. Days 21-25. Compassion. Send gratitude to journalists, researchers, and community elders. Offer 1 correction with warmth. Days 26-30. Release. Publish small guides. Close loops. Celebrate corrections. Archive with blessing. The month becomes a monastery of clarity that travels with you. Dasar 17. Mantras, mudras, and codes. Mantra. Sapphire truth in, golden love out. Mudra. Thumb and index touch at the throat, other fingers extended like a gentle antenna. Breathe and hum. Codes. 999 for closure, 444 for steady method, 111 for aligned starts, 3-3 for expressive clarity, over the solar plexus for balanced flow. Tap gently on the sternum before posting. Color wheel: sapphire for truth, rose gold for compassion, emerald for consent, pearl for clarity, amber for courage. Bathe texts and rooms with these tones. 18. Closing transmission and blessing. Beloved, your attention is a sacred instrument. Your voice is a lantern. Your feed is a garden. Your consent is a gate. Your archive is a sanctuary. Your correction is a blessing. Your silence, when chosen with love, is a prayer. Receive a gentle rain of sapphire codes over throat and heart. Receive an infinity 8 warm at the solar plexus. Receive emerald rings around the hands. Consent stands. Credit flows. Compensation steadies. Containment protects. Compassion completes. Walk as a calm lighthouse in stormy media. Hum as a patient river through changing timelines. Share with courage and tenderness. Close loops with gratitude. Begin again with clarity. The field brightens. Communities breathe easier. Truth travels farther than noise. It is done. It is sealed. It is blessed.